And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the return of VWE Live, the Elimination Royale edition. I am, of course, your host, the most recognized voice in SL Sports Entertainment today, the voice of Detroit, Natas Grimmore, and I am joined here by two of the, let's say, winners of last year's Elimination Royale, the Icon DHA, and the Big Shot Benja Nirvana. How you guys doing today?
Well, first off, I don't like the way you say winners, because look at the scoreboard, baby. We were winners last year. Now, it's true we didn't get to go to Wrestle Series to main event for the world title, but we still have that on our accolades.
It will be in the history books. It will always say winners. And that's just another notch in my belt that I've had.
Well, regardless, I mean, that is, neither here or there. I mean, there was a triple elimination, so, Stuart Wharf said that you guys would all go on to fight for the honor of Russell Series and all that, but once again, though,
let me stop you there. He also said that we were the winners as well, and DHA can back me up on that.
No, he's absolutely right, but you know what? That was history. That was last year. Let's talk this year.
That's right. It's definitely going to be a hell of a ride this year, as we have some matches lined up for today. Not only the 40-man, which I don't believe has ever been done before, but a 40-man and women Elimination Royale. What do you guys think?
Maybe that's something that hasn't been done before, but all that means is that the odds of going to Wrestle Series are even lower.
Except for me, of course, because by the time I come out, who knows? Benja, you could be the guy to clear everybody out. So by the time I come out at number 40, it's just you and me, baby.
Yeah, I'm number 33, so quite frankly, I got a nice, easy night ahead of me, if you know what I mean.
Well, on either case, I do wish you guys the best of luck. I mean, hey, you even look at the Elimination Royale in the past, I think in the last 2 years, I was even a participant.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, weren't you a part of it as well?
That's right, I was.
What's going to stop you this year?
I think I had enough making my own wrestling debut. Just saying.
Sure.
I will say, though, I lasted longer than one of the other entrants in there, so I wasn't the shortest.
Anywho, I know that we have a ton of matches going on, though, other than the Royale itself.
That is true. Let me go ahead and get my list here. Let's see here. Guess I got it on my phone. Anyway, we have Michael Carson taking on Kieran Darkwatch for the VWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, what are your guys'? What do you guys think of that?
Well, I'll jump on this. I haven't really been paying too much attention to them specifically because I've had my own stuff going on, big campaigning, But I will say that Michael Carson is the guy that should have been world champion last year. The problem is he had a brother who kept sticking his nose in, making it to where he couldn't do it, and it's such a shame because Michael is the better Carson, the only Carson left standing.
You guys heard about, going into this Elimination Royale, you guys heard about Michael Carson's back injury, right? Yeah, have you guys heard about that?
No.
I have not, but you can feel the
well, actually, he's had that nagging back injury for a while because he was carrying his brother. So he's going into that, obviously with a disadvantage already. But I will say this. There's nothing bad I have to say about Dark Watch, but I will say this. Michael Carson deserves to be VWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Now, Benja, are you saying this as an actual personal opinion, or for the fact of that Kieran Darkwatch beat you for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Look, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I've told everybody else. He did it fair and square. He did it right. I have nothing to say about Darkwatch. Nothing at all. Move on.
Okay. But as we will definitely see that, as there has been, a lot of heat between Michael and Kieran. But moving on to another title, we have Viola Beaumont taking on Marionetta, taking on Allison Danes in a triple threat for the VWE Women's World Championship.
Yeah, now that should light up the ring, guaranteed. See, Marionetta is one of those individuals who's so unorthodox in the way she moves inside the ring that it's really hard to plan for, and that's the problem Viola is going to have the most. Viola is that cerebral, thinking fighter. She has to go in there with a plan, and unfortunately, Marionetta's just the kind of person you can't plan for. Add on that the cherry on top with Allison Danes, it's going to be a match to watch.
See, this is all have been Viola's match to win. All this time, she has gotten chance after chance, and she's got to strike gold. But the problem now is that Allison Danes is thrown in there as a wild card. Therefore, everything is jumbled up. But I don't think that it's going to deter Viola Beaumont's drive and desire. Therefore, I see a new women's champion coming out of Elimination Royale.
And unfortunately, I'm on the other side. I think being that X factor isn't going to be enough for Allison. And like I said, you cannot plan for the trickster, so I think the trickster retains.
Well, now here's the way I see it. We've got Viola, which both of you have said that has that tenacity, has that never give up attitude to get what she wants. So we've got that. On the other end, we've got Marionetta, who always goes in with a plan. On the other side, we've got Marionetta, who's so unorthodox and so unpredictable. How can you plan against that? And then we have Allison Danes, who has been very manipulative, who can be very manipulative, can be very deceptive in her ideas, and very opportunistic. So it's definitely going to be, I'm kind of up in the air on this one, to be quite honest, because, with those three factors, anything can happen, and it's definitely not going to be a match you want to miss.
Natasha, you got to give a prediction. You got to say something like, look, Benja picks Viola, I pick Marionetta. You got to make a decision. You can't leave the people watching this live right now hanging.
Well, I don't, honestly, like I said, it's going to be up in the air, but if I'm going to have to go with anybody, I think Allison Danes will end up taking the opportunity for them to take out, because let's put it this way. Well, here's the thing that you look at least as long as I've been here. I mean, Allison Danes may have history with everybody, but the most recent history is Marionetta and Viola. If Allison is smart, like I believe she is, she's going to let those two do most of the damage to them. Whether it's faking an injury or whatnot to, let those two go at it, I think she will end up coming up with if nothing else, a controversial win over the other two.
You're willing to put linens on that?
No.
That's what I thought.
Well, I think another X factor into this match is that it's a triple threat. That means no disqualifications, no countouts. Somebody has to get pinned or tapped out in the ring.
And but that's the thing. That's what's going to drive Viola Beaumont. Because think about this. Woman with everything to lose, face out all the stops. This could be Viola's last chance. So she's going to take out all the stops and make sure that she wins. Therefore, that is my pick. And I know Especially speaking with my main man, Austin Knight, that is his pick as well.
Well, there's also a point that, we need to really take in is Chloe Valentine will be the special guest referee in that match.
Yeah, small potatoes if you ask me. Shouldn't really matter. Like we've said though, it's all legal. Everything's legal. All she's got to do is count the pin. But then again, she's got history with a bunch of those people that's in that ring. So therefore, if Viola were to lose, I think it'd be by crooked and shoddy refereeing.
Now, how could you say that Chloe Valentine, that sweet former women's champion,
Gag me with a fucking spoon.
is
Seriously.
going... I mean, think about it. I mean, she's, as fair as they come. And, I mean, after that whole thing with Christina Krovac, I mean, come on now. How can you sit here and say that she'd be crooked?
Please. Come on. Are you serious? Do you really think that she's such a goody-goody? Are you serious?
Yes.
Right now? Really? Then you need some better glasses, because quite frankly, you don't even see the world for what it is if you think that.
I agree, and especially in this match with these three people and Chloe Valentine, they're all shades of gray. Each one has, at one point or another, made what we would consider the wrong move. And, gosh, I don't know. Even with Chloe Valentine as a special guest referee, I don't see Allison or Viola being able to catch Marionetta. The only way one of them wins is if Marionetta's not even involved in the decision.
No. Nonetheless, we are definitely going to see what's going to happen and who's going to win between these three come Elimination Royale. But let's go ahead and let's talk about what everybody's stir about as this 40-person Royale. I believe this is if I remember correctly, this is the largest battle Elimination Royale that VWE has ever had, if not as SL in a whole has ever had.
And look at our numbers, DHA. See, everybody's worried about the numbers game, and it's going to be so huge, and there's going to be so many people. By the time we get out there, it's going to be easy pickings.
It's amazing how much I've heard. Oh, Jeff's going to be number one. He's going to rise to the challenge. He's going to fight through 39 other men. No. What's going to happen is Jeff might make it to 20. He may make it to 25, but eventually he's going to get exhausted. Somebody's going to throw him out. What's going to happen is what happens every time. Somebody in the last 10 is going to walk away the winner because we're going to be the freshest. And with a number like 40 out of 40, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not putting money on DHA, you need to do that now.
Well, let's talk about it because it's not just VWE superstars that is able to go in. There's also, for the men's side, DIE. There's also, on the women's, WPWF. And then there might be Pulse wrestlers as well. I mean, that you got quite a few of them up-and-coming stars going to be in this this Elimination Royale.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I saw a list of some of the competitors, and I saw the name Alex Golden. Yep, name drop. And I'm like, I've been watching him on DIE. Could you imagine, for a moment, if Alex Golden of DIE wins this match and gets to face whoever walks out as champion at Wrestle Series 10 for the VWE World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, but could you also imagine the conniption that the VWE's owner, Stuart Wharf, would be having if somebody else that isn't VWE would be winning?
I agree 100%, but at that point, he can't do anything about it, because when you sign that slip that says, yes, I'm going to be a participant in the Elimination Royale, that's a contract. So no matter who walks out, the winner, they get that title shot.
Yeah, but you also got to think about our paychecks, too, because guess who signs them?
Well, then there's
us for that.
Yeah,
But
he can duck pay.
I mean, there could be other. Who do you think is going to actually be in it? I mean, it could be anybody. Possible returns as well, along with current and up and coming.
Yeah, no doubt. We've got looking at the list. There's been some names that have been marked over in Sharpie, so we would know that they were in. So that's been very interesting. You look back here on this set behind us. You've got names like Brackman Wilder, Derek Colt. Who else we got there? Vince Easterwood. I mean, these are
Dune Snowpaw.
Yes, a Dune. Oh my God, could the gavel return? That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I've only got to face him once or twice, so I would not mind tangoing with him again inside this ring.
If he returns, somebody's in for a pounding.
I mean, we can't forget. I mean, you guys are mainly focusing on that, but don't forget there are women also in there in that Elimination Royale. I mean, we could have a return of Rhea Kurihara, Isabel, Lily Martinez. There's a lot of things. What are some of the older ones that might return? Akasha Falks might actually make another return.
What? I've seen something around lately, and I think this is a bold prediction that I'm going to make. Horses Morrissey.
Ooh, the classically trained. She would do very well. The name that I would throw out there, and obviously no idea if this is going to happen, but I would just love to throw this out there, and maybe she's watching live right now, and she sees it, and she's like, screw it, I got my boots. Jen F. Parkin.
She's dead. She's dead, and she will never come back.
Maybe to you, sir. I don't know.
No, she's dead.
But you also said that to about Ashron, and he appeared during a beach brawl a couple years back.
Yeah, and what happened to that? I won. What do you know?
Well, that's still a point. It could, she could resurrect herself, as you.
Nope. Well, let's be honest. She wouldn't be the first zombie to ever step in between the ropes.
Oh no! Could you imagine if that happens, DHA? Oh.
Look, as a guy who loves watching wrestling, I would mark out for that. But as a competitor, I focus more on the men. Is it possible for a woman to throw me out of the ring? Yeah, it's possible, but highly unlikely because, of course, I'm a man, they're a woman. It's not going to work.
But this is the woman who jumped on and bit Derek Zane. All right? So what makes you think that you don't qualify for that?
Yes, she bit him. Did she throw him over the top rope? Because that's the only way we're getting out of this.
Do you think she could?
I don't know. Well, not to Derek Zane.
I mean, and you know what? I'm gonna name a surprise entry here. Natasha, you're going in there. I already know you're coming in there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You are just trying to put on a face right now.
Is that what's happening? Is he one of the names?
He ain't gonna work with me. Look, it ain't gonna work. I already know he is.
I'm sorry. I know that you guys want to see me in there again, and maybe in years to come, maybe you'll find a surprise at Natasha Grimmore going in there. But I'm sorry, but not this year.
Honestly, I'd like to see you as number 39. I'd love to see you clear house. That way I could just walk down that ramp, throw you right out, and win. But you know a name that we didn't mention?
That is actually do that.
But anyway, he's up on that board and could be a big tease, is Brackman Wilder. Every year, the rumor mill starts circling around this guy that he's going to return, But as been brought up by myself and others on social media, namely Knight, Brackman Wilder has now, as of 2018, spent more time away from the ring than he ever did inside the ring. So Benja, if he did come back, would it make any difference?
My old tag partner, you're asking? Part of Big Money Incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you this. The boy doesn't have it anymore.
That's my point exactly.
He got spiked on his neck, and he doesn't have the will to do it anymore. He doesn't have the will. He doesn't have the power. He just doesn't. There's just a time in your life where you just realize that you're done, and that is Brackman Wilder.
Well, I mean, that also got, I mean, I've heard stories of Brackman Wilder, the Beard, and it kind of falls under the line of the SL wrestling community as, you know, their equivalent of Chuck Norris. I haven't seen him, I've just heard stories, but enough about, you know, people coming back. What about the new guys coming, guys from Pulse? I mean, you look at it, you have Drake Edwards, Austin Knight, you know.
That's my boy.
We've got The Crisis, we've got we got Lady Death, Myra Murdoch, former commentator turned wrestler. I mean, what would be interesting to see is the Plague, as they call themselves, being both the male and female winners, and then going on to Wrestle Series and winning belts. Now that would be interesting to see. Is it going to happen? The likelihood of that is probably zero.
But, I detect a little bit of bias in that.
You know what's funny, though? Everybody on Pulse wants to come and make the biggest splash possible. Elimination Royale would be the perfect way to do that.
Well, could be the perfect way to do it, but it also could be the best way for those who don't have it to actually put their names in and maybe move up in the rankings at Pulse and to maybe secure a title match. Just a thought.
Well, like I said, that's a great way. And you look at someone like Austin Knight, who is now a 2-time Pulse Men's Champion.
And a fighting champion at that.
He could come in here. He could win the Elimination Royale, take that Pulse Championship to Wrestle Series 10, and get himself a World Championship match. Could happen in the blink of an eye.
Could, but it also could happen that maybe somebody else from Pulse could do it. I don't know. It all depends on the numbers. Here's the thing, DHA. We only know a couple of the numbers. That's mine and yours. And one other. That's Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the numbers of everybody else. So all of it is up in the air. All of this is speculation.
Oh, it absolutely is. And there is one guy from Pulse that I would love to see do well. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. But that guy's name is Drake Edwards. And the reason I say it probably won't happen is because he's got a broken leg right now. So he might not even get to be in the match.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a thing. Anybody can go in, but apparently, you know, as I'm getting fed this information right now, as Brooke Owens said that, as we're on the topic of ER tonight, that she is here to announce that Marcy Schaefer's fluke win last night. I will be entering into the 40-person Elimination Royale, and I promise the Black Swan will be going to Wrestle Series 10.
Well,
what do you guys think of that?
But you know what? I'm saying I'm going to Wrestle Series 10.
Yeah, me too. No, but for real, as long as Brooke can get over that win, then she has a good chance. The problem we have as wrestlers, as performers, is that when you take a loss, it can nag at you. It can get under your skin, and then all of a sudden another loss, and then another, and another, and suddenly you're caught up in this quicksand that just drags you under and kills your momentum and your motivation every week. And I hope that Brooke Owens is not that type of person. I hope she can get over this, come into Elimination Royale, kick some ass, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Black Swan as the Elimination Royale winner.
So, coming in, when you mentioned that little hole that wrestlers dig themselves in with losses, so kind of like that time that you were going insane and, you know, calling everybody Jeff, and then when you got the United States Championship, and then lost that to Chris Crossfade, then turned around getting the Extreme Championship at a Beach Ball Week, calling it the United States Championship. Something like that?
Okay, that's a lot to unpack.
You
and you
really
ain't no Dr. Myra.
Disturbing.
Well, look at him stirring the pot here, Benja, but let's break this down. First off, when I was beating up, I think it was Reese that I was calling Jeff. I knew that was Reese, but for all intents and purposes, and the message I wanted to send that night was that was Jeff, and I was punching Jeff in the face, and I was kicking him in the gut, and I hit him with the NMP. Fast forward, I win the United States Championship, and you're right, I went through a dark spot. That still nags me to this day. Even you just mentioning Beach Brawl immediately sent shivers up my spine. Like, I still can't fathom how I lost to Chris Crossfade. But since then, I've been on the campaign trail. I've been meeting people. I've been shaking babies and kissing hands. You know how you're supposed to do it. And the message about Chris Crossfade and how he wasn't worthy to be the United States champion has been spreading. And I was proven right when Jeff Fireguard beat him. Jeff Fireguard is an amazing athlete, a guy who, if he could get over himself, would be worthy of being the United States champion. The problem is, Jeff thinks that he's not good enough. Jeff, in his own mind, thinks that he is a problem. Jeff, in his own mind, has to put on this facade, this face paint, to be cool, to be worthy. And I want Jeff one day to just look at that mirror and realize, Jeff, you don't need that. You are amazing by yourself. Benja, has that been your assessment of Jeff Fireguard?
Look, I think you and Jeff Fireguard's thing is between y'all. Because care less about what he's got and what he has right now. What I do care about is I care about going into that Royale and tossing whoever I have to get my hands on. Whether it be, like you said, Jeffrey Fireguard, whether it be somebody like Chris Crossfade, whether it be Natas here. Sorry, Natas, you know the rules. And it also could be that old, decrepit fossil of a man, Seth Cameron.
Well, you never know. I mean, you guys mentioned people on the main shows, and speaking of which, DHA, I'll get you my Lady Death's number, and you can set up an appointment with her. You'll be fine. But anyway, you guys are not seeing like because there's a lot of different threats coming in here. I mean, there's people from DIE.
You know why that is, right, Natas?
Why?
Because Benja and I are on VWE. We're on Primetime and Edge every week. So we see these people. I can't comment about the guys on Pulse, really, because I don't see them. I don't see them in the gym. I don't see them in the ring. I don't get a chance to kind of scout them. Especially, same thing with DIE. They've got guys over there that would probably be amazing to wrestle with. The problem is I don't watch them. I don't get to see them. So while that is an X factor, I understand stuff I don't know.
Okay, well, tell you what, Natas, if you want to get my opinion, since I do wrestle at DIE and I also wrestle here, why don't you name some people from DIE and I'll tell you if they even have a chance.
All right, you want the men or the women?
Both. Why not? I don't care. I don't discriminate. It's 2018.
Well, we'll go with we'll start with the men on this aspect. That way I can get your view on that. I mean, what about Johnny Angel?
Johnny Angel could have a chance. So it's like he's a spitting image or something, you know. But Johnny Angel does have a chance. He has the fire, he has the drive, he has everything that he needs to that could basically try to win something like that. So he does have a chance, but the problem is he's going to go up against a lot bigger guys. And there's not a lot of big people in DIE that are tall and big and like that. So it's going to be hard to say, but I mean, if there's anybody who does have a chance, it could be Johnny Angel.
Okay, what about others like Huey 5-0 or Ricky?
Ah! He's gone. Out. Over. Nope. Done. Nice to see you. Thanks for collecting a paycheck. Go.
Well then, Ricky Robbins.
Who?
Obviously, that is
My line.
huh?
I was saying that was my line, Benji. You read my cue card.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right.
Didn't I squash him or something? Like, fold him in two? He's probably still not
The
even
ladies,
eating?
Benji, I'm sure you've checked out, scouted, wink, wink, some of the ladies at DIE.
Oh, no, you know my wife would check him out with me. That's just how we roll. So go ahead, name some names. Go on.
All right.
We're gonna go ladies.
Yeah, we'll go with the ladies. We'll go over at DIE. Emma Graymiss, the DIE Women's World Champion, I believe at this point.
Could be a dark horse. Could be a wild card. Could be something that you could do a little side bet on. Although not sure if she has the heart and determination to try to get through each and every woman that's going to be here in the Royale.
Okay. What about I'm not sure her status in DIE, but what about Anarchy?
I'm sorry, is she going to be in the Royale?
I don't know. She could be.
That would be dangerous. She would probably burn the place to the ground before
I would
eliminating her.
highly doubt that she, like, security would even let her in the building. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? And you're going to have men and women deal with it? No. No. Next.
All right. What about Ophelia?
I think maybe a good debut, but I don't see her going all the way. Sorry.
Well, let's sticking on the ladies. Let's not forget, Natasha brought it up. WPWF is also going to be sending some people to jump in this ring for this match.
That is true. As you'll never know who's going to come up. I mean, it could be Kasumi coming in for the ladies. As we also have remind me to turn that on silent. I'm sorry.
Oh, looks like Natasha's getting a phone call about somebody saying, "I'm in the Royale. I'm in."
That or a bill collector, which one?
I'm not going. I just put it in pause. I just pushed the button. It's okay. But anyway, I mean that is true.
Okay. If you want to talk about the most breakout star that WPWF has, if you need me to ask, Kendra Nirvana, I think could win all this. All of it.
Okay, my cue card says who?
That is, obviously you need to open up your eyes and go to WPWF more. But yeah, Kendra Nirvana. That woman could win everything.
You know what? If I'm looking at the ladies, at least the ones that I've heard the rumors about, if I was going to put money down on a dark horse, like say I got $100 left and I want that 1,001 to hit, I'm putting the money on Kitty Lovencraft.
Well, I mean, that's going to be the thing, is now we've got all these ladies coming in. I mean, the two that I'm excited to see really go head to head, I'm going to be honest, is the two biggest women on either end, and that is Lady Death and Lyra Phoenix.
Oh, Lord.
Though that's going to be a battle of epic proportions. I mean, it's like, in Pacific Rim when you got a Jaeger taking on a kaiju.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
What?
I know. Right? He went full nerd on us. Here's one of the biggest things about this match that we haven't even discussed yet. These are all going to be happening simultaneously. Like, there is no women's Elimination Royale and no men's Elimination Royale. It's happening at the same time. So say Benja's in there at 33, and Benja just sees Lyra bent over against the ropes, toss her out. Benja would do it. I believe it. I would do it. He sees Viola in that corner, toss her out. If he sees, Maxine, throw her out. That's one thing that
you're not lying.
that's one thing that we haven't really discussed is the other possibilities. Like, if all these women banded together to throw out Benja, it's possible. It could happen, but it would take a lot of them.
Well, and like you guys talk about your bets on the dark horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name a dark horse that will blow y'all's mind. And this is a woman to watch out for. This is my pick to watch out for in the Elimination Royale on the women's side. Samantha Foxy. That is my pick for a dark horse.
You know, I've heard some good things about her. I do think the bookies probably have her at about 500 to 1.
Yeah, well,
so, I mean, if she hits, you're raking it in.
I do.
So were you just admitting to illegal gambling there, DHA?
Gambling is legal in Empire City.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. At least in that no-name bar I was in.
Yeah, and especially around that new pond that they have.
Natasha, you got see where you guys think I need to watch WPWF and DIE more. You guys got to watch. Vegas has booking all the time. They've got their bookies out, and yes, you can bet on professional sports, including professional wrestling. So yeah, the odds are always out. After announcing that I was number 40, my odds right now are 4 to 1. So that's actually pretty good.
Mine's a little bit 12 to 1.
Well, mine would be sky high for me to lose. Barely, if I won, it'd be amazing. But that's if I was going to be in it.
See, he keeps planting these seeds, Benji. I think we're going to see Natas suited up.
That's what
last time I wasn't prepared.
You're going to have to deal with me and a bunch of friends if you're going to be there around when I'm in.
That's all right. But then, and once again, now, I mean, on the aspect of some of the people, I mean, there's even matches that night that who knows that, you know, they might end up pulling double duty. I mean, you might see Marionetta in there. You might see Michael Carson if he doesn't win. You know, you might see the losers going into this battle elimination royale, you know, and pulling double duty, maybe trying to get a shot as well. That's another possibility.
That could be very interesting. Imagine if Michael defeats Kieran. Kieran gets into the ER.
I think he will.
Get the rematch at Wrestle Series. That could be interesting.
Exactly.
But
so,
I will say this. You also got to figure, what about authority figures? You want to talk about surprise entries? We could see Stuart Wharf enter in the Elimination Royale.
What about referee Adam Smith?
I mean, yeah. Could see him have enough and do that. I mean, you know, there's just a couple of things you could think about as well if you want to talk about surprise entries.
Well, it's like you talk about authority figures. I mean, that does leave a few. I mean, we may see, you know, the general manager and the chairman of both of the partner feds also in there. Highly unlikely, but there's like Ryoko Takeda, and then there's the Gambit. Now, I doubt, honestly, any of them in there, but that would be a big surprise in there. I mean, that's open for really anybody, and that's going to be the key thing, is who is going to come in. We only know a few, as we heard. Brooke Owens is going to be in it. You, Benja and DHA, and Jeffrey Fireguard. The Lord only knows who else is going to be, you know, throwing down in there. But
well, as active as I am on social media, I'm looking over at the live stream on Facebook right now that we're doing, and I'm seeing some comments. Austin Knight is talking about people from Pulse. He said, someone else from Pulse? If anyone from Pulse could win it, it's the heart of Pulse himself, Austin Knight.
Yes, preach it.
Brooke Owens talking about people from the VWE past coming back. She said, I don't care if it's the past, present, or future in the ER. They all have the same fate of being thrown over the top rope by me. So she seems very confident. Like I said, it's more of a mental thing. We'll see if she can come out of it by tomorrow.
Could you imagine if it came down to Ryoko the Gambit and Stuart Wharf winner goes to Wrestle Series.
Could you imagine at that same point, Stu's like, if you guys just throw yourselves over the top rope, you both get contracts to VWE?
Could be possible.
Oh,
now,
boy.
That's a moneymaker right there. Viola Beaumont commented, Benja Nirvana is the biggest and baddest. Seems you have a friend there. Austin Knight is Pulse champion. Considering anyone else as a favorite is foolish. Women's side, Viola said she wants to see anyone back but Maxine Fireguard win. But yeah, I think, Vi, you're missing one clear potential winner, and that's your number 40 entrant, DHA.
Oh, no, I don't I think she was pretty right in her assessment.
You would think that. You would.
Well, there is one factor that, at least one person that nobody is actually taking consider of, and at least from Pulse, and that is the crisis. Now, there's a reason why I say that is, A, he's out of his mind. Seriously. And at that point, Lady Death would let him loose to run havoc, let alone in the Extreme Belt Royale. He tried and didn't succeed, but tried to eliminate 450-pound Tremor by himself.
Wait a minute, you just gave me the perfect idea there. You just also have to consider this. What if the Extreme Champion's in the Royale? His belt's on the line 24/7.
So in the middle of the Elimination Royale, if you pin, or say I pin, Jason Rain, new Extreme Champion, in the middle of the Royale match, that would be...
Could happen.
It could. You're absolutely right. You could catch him on the stage as he's trying to make his way down if he's in the match. Or just catch him backstage. Austin Knight also adds, Adam, get in that ring. He's going to get a beating for all his crap pin counts he's been doing. And you're absolutely right, Austin. Last night, when DHA faced Trey, that was a fast count.
How do you know? When it comes down to Adam, I mean, you got to give him credit. He's working in a very highly volatile situation. And... you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm shocked that we ain't going through referees every match.
I expect the referees to be unbiased and keep everything steady. And unfortunately, just like our commentators, we get a biased referee who clearly is unpatriotic and doesn't want to see DHA succeed and become the U.S. champion you deserve.
So what you're saying is anybody that isn't a DHA fan is a terrorist.
That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that if you do not get behind the campaign train, then clearly you're unpatriotic.
And
so you're a terrorist.
He also believes that.
Why are we throwing around the terrorist word? Why are we throwing that around, Natas? What I'm saying is Adam has been very biased, starting at Beach Brawl, costing me the U.S. Championship, and continuing on and right up to yesterday's match. So I actually would love to see Adam in the match just so I could give him an NMP.
So, guys, that's the thing as well, like we just said, though. Not only is a shot at Wrestle Series on the line, I guess possibly a shot at the Extreme titles on the line as well.
That's true, and like I announced yesterday, before you came out and before a bunch of people decided to come out and attack, when I win the Elimination Royale, see, Benji, you should want me to win because I'm not going after the world title. When I win the Elimination Royale, I am taking that and challenging for the United States Championship, and then let's pretend Jeff is still the champ by Wrestle Series. It would be Jeff Fireguard versus DHA in the main event for the United States Championship. See, everybody wants championship, but no. Come on, seriously. The United States has always been the leader of the world. When you get somebody who's a president like Donald J. Trump, you got the leader of the free world. So everybody can fight over the World Heavyweight Championship all they want. The true champion in VWE is the guy who gets to represent the red, white, and blue of America.
I already see in this Wrestle Series match, DHA is going to have a run-in by the Young Turks.
And DHA, this obsession with the United States belt can't be healthy. I am definitely going to give you that number to Myra Murd. You go ahead and set up an appointment.
There is nothing unhealthy about knowing what you want and fighting for it. That is America. We see something we want, and we go and we fight until we get it. Like I said yesterday on Primetime, tomorrow is my wedding anniversary. And instead, I told my wife, you know what? No, honey. I have to do this. I have to be at the Elimination Royale. I have to win, and I have to become the United States champion at Wrestle Series 10.
Well, it was either that or Stuart Wharf is going to have your ass. So.
Well, truth is, she's already been on that Erotic Express with the Kieran Darkwatch, and I didn't want to risk that happening again.
Oh, well.
Well, apparently, we got a note from the executive producer that he begs to differ with you, DHA.
Of course he does, because our executive producer is none other than Stuart Wharf himself, a British man, I might remind everybody. That's why he wants these people to be U.S. champion that are jokes, like Chris Crossfade. Chris Crossfade is a walking joke. That's why people like him, because he's silly, because he's goofy, because he's a joke. And when he represents the United States as champion, that makes America look like a joke. That's why I was very glad he lost the title, but he lost it to somebody who's now wearing face paint, who doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't have enough confidence in who he is to truly represent America. That's why the campaign continues.
I was going to say, are you sure that's why Jeff wears the face paint and not because he's comfortable with himself to wear the face paint? I mean, I'm just curious.
No, he does it because he thinks it's quote-unquote cool. The problem is, when you're doing things because you think they're cool, it's trying too hard. At that point, you're not cool. You're the opposite. Instead of being a trendsetter, you're somebody doing something because everybody else might like it. The problem is that means you don't have the confidence inside yourself.
I'd like to see where you got your psychology degree.
Probably the same fact Dr. Myra got hers.
Can we move on, please? This is getting... I might need to take a Tylenol.
Well, I mean, it's all going to boil down to simply, and we've seen many a times, it don't matter on the number. Does that mean you have a better chance? Yes. Does that mean that you're going to win? No. It don't matter on the skill, and with a match like this, it's all boiled down to luck. Can you keep yourself in there? Are you lucky enough to keep yourself in there, at least down to the last three? And then that's when the skill will happen. Hell, even the last two, that's when the skill will happen. Would you guys agree?
Unless all three fall out at the same time.
Yeah. Just like last
year. I know. Just terrible timing for us. But yes, I do agree that up until that point, when you've got 6 guys in here, 7, 12, and it's a mix of men and women, anything could happen. You could be ducking a punch from one person and catch a kick from another. Anything could happen. That's why I think Benja could correct this. In the history of the Elimination Royale, only one person has ever gone from the number 1 or 2 spot to win.
Yes,
those later numbers. Yeah, those later numbers absolutely help you. 1, you're fresher. That means you're less exhausted. You're less likely to make a mistake. 2, you're not as sweaty, so you're not as slippery. So again, less likely to make a mistake. And 3, obviously, the later you can come out, the more the ring is cleared of other people. So by the time Benja comes out at 33, number 1 through 27, number 1 through 28 could already be out.
Chances are getting hotter and hotter, but the thing is that we don't know when all the time comes.
That is for sure. And though you want to see who's all in the Elimination Royale, who is going to be the ultimate winner, male and female, you will have to be here tomorrow, as well as you're going to see both the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line with Michael Carson and Kieran Darkwatch. And
Good luck, Michael.
Wait, Kieran would be very upset, and he's blowing up my phone in these texts. It is the Kieran Darkwatch. You have to always say the and emphasize it. It's always cap lock. So it's Michael Carson challenging the Kieran Darkwatch for the VWE World Heavyweight Championship.
And then we have the VWE Women's Championship on the line as Viola Beaumont, Mariana, and Allison Danes are in a triple threat match all the way. And then, of course, we've got the most exciting and mystery-filled Battle Elimination Royale here tomorrow night. So make sure you guys are here for that. There isn't anything else unless you, Benja, or you, DHA, have anything to add.
No, let's just plug it one more time. Elimination Royale tomorrow, 5 p.m. SLT here at Empire City Coliseum, where you're going to see the U.S. champion you deserve come in at number 40 to win the whole damn thing. Spoiler alert.
I've done it once. Do it again. I've never done it before, and god damn it, I want it. I want that main event of Wrestle Series.
So nonetheless, folks, make sure you're here to see these guys in action in the Elimination Royale. But until tomorrow, I've been your host and your host. I was going to say commentator. Some habits die hard, but nonetheless, I am the most recognized voice in SL Sports Entertainment today, the voice of Detroit, Natas Grimmore. And we will see you guys tomorrow at Elimination Royale. So until then, good fight, good night.
It's been your pleasure.